Connected. Tell your neighbor, say, stay connected.
Stay connected.
You know, somehow, yesterday have a way of coming today. They want to take me to yesterday, but I have a choice. That's why I said before you, life and death, choose. Whatever you do, whoever you are, is a product of the choice that you decide to make. Am I saying something? When I see the awesomeness of performance, when it has to do with the choir, the technical, different departments, you can't separate obvious manifestation from sure preparation. I celebrate them from me. Celebrate them. A pastor was talking to me, a younger pastor, and I said one word to him. I said, if I see you tomorrow in the place of fulfillment, I will ask God how. There are certain persons, it's not a curse. When you see them today, it will only take an obvious miracle for them to be celebrated tomorrow. Because what you do today has a way to speak in who you become tomorrow. When you see a man sold out to prayers, to fasting, to sacrifice, to preparation, don't pity him, just encourage him. Because in a short while, what you will see will shock you. Many years ago, when our father was in the dungeons of Ikin, in the corners, as it were, Egbeadokai Street, in Fishers of Men Church, moving from one place to other, from mountain to mountain. As at that time, you may have pitied him, but you missed him. Because today is always an explanation of who you were yesterday. As tomorrow we speak of who you are today. Lift your two hands and glorify Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Glorify Jesus this morning. You cannot lie to me. You have never lied to me. The Lion of Judah. You cannot lie to me. You cannot lie to me. You have never lied to me. The Lion of Judah. You cannot lie to me. You cannot lie to me. You have never lied to me. The Lion of Judah. You cannot lie to me. Idebube Jehovah Rapha Shammah. Oh, Yamame, Aname Keleki. 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 Lift your right hand to heaven. Say, Lion of Judah.
Lion of Judah.
As I pray now.
As I pray now.
Oh God that honors my father.
Oh God that honors my father.
As I pray.
As I pray.
Honor me by fire.
Honor me by fire.
Honor me by fire.
Honor me by fire.
Open your mouth and turn it to praise. In the name of Jesus. Hear this. And the Lord began to speak. He said, I will be with you as I was with your fathers. Hallelujah. I will be with you as I was with your fathers. Lift your right hand and say, oh God that helps my fathers.
Oh God that helps my father.
Oh God that helps my father.
Oh God that helps my
as
father.
I pray now.
As I pray now.
Help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Open your mouth and cry for help. Jesus. Help me, 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 help me, help me, help me, help me. Help me, help me, in the name of Jesus. There is no man on earth that has not been helped. Every great man was helped, is being helped, or will be helped. Every great man. Jesus, redemption personified. When he was born, his survivor was dependent on the help of his parents. His survivor. When the devil wanted to close him up, his parents helped him to escape. When the cross was heavy, Simon helped him to carry it. When he was on the cross and could not help himself, a Joseph of Arimathea came to demand for him. While he was in the grave, on the third day, the Holy Ghost came to help him resurrect. Am I talking to somebody here? Lift your right hand and say, Father, help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Somebody say, I don't need help. You are lying. Help me. Help me. Somebody say, Lord, help me.
Lord, help me.
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 To make progress.
To make
Help
progress.
me.
Help me.
To move.
To move.
To my next level.
To my next level.
Help me.
Help me.
In the days of my weakness. Lord, help me. I can't help myself. Lord, help me. Help me. He said, I look up to the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. Lord help me. Lord help me. Lord help me. Rev Fidelis, I am being helped. I am being helped. Help me. Lord help me. I need help. Help from above. Help me. Oh God, that helps my father. That helps my pastor. Help me in this journey. Lord help me. Lord help me. Lord help me. Lord help me. In the name of Jesus. Hear this. Do I know how to preach? Most probably yes. Am I ready to preach? Am I on the altar? But do you know I need his help for you to hear me? Huh? If the sound engineer does not help my volume, I will be struggling to deliver. Many carry content, but they don't have help to deliver their content. Say, Lord help me. Lord help me. Raise genuine men to help me. Help my ministry. Help my calling. Help my destiny. Lord help me. Help me. Help me. Open your mouth and talk to God. Help me. Help me. On a day like this, I cry for help. He can borrow to seek about. Likruda de Adila. Zingana Atole Adila. Lion of Judah, help me. 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 Help me, Jesus. Help me, Lord. Help me. Lift your two hands to him.
Lord help me, Jesus, I've wasted. So help me, Jesus, I know what I am. Now that I know what I needed, so help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Oh, Lord help me. Lord help me, Jesus, I've wasted. So help me, Jesus, I know what I am. Oh, now that I know what I need. So help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hands. Oh, Lord help me, Lord help me, Jesus, I'm wasted. So help me, Jesus, I know what I am. Now that I know. So help me, Jesus, my soul's in your hand. Now that I know what I need, so help me, Jesus, my soul.
You know, listen. How many of you know Elijah? The fire commanding prophet. Elijah that speaks to nature and nature obeys. There was a time in the life of that anointed man when he was hungry, truly hungry, that God had to send him to a widow to help preserve him. To a widow. There was a time a prophet called Elisha, anointed, did double of Elijah's manifestation. He was moving about. God had to minister to a Shunammite woman to preserve him, to give him a place for him to rest his head. Every great man, no matter who you are, you need help. Help. I've been helped. You need to be helped. If you are too short, you need a ladder to help you get to the top. At times, if you are too tall, you need a waist to pick something from the ground. Lift your hand and say, Father, send me help.
Father, send me help.
Help. Help. If Esther had not helped Mordecai, whom he used to help, Haman would have finished Mordecai. If Esther had not helped Mordecai, who used to help her, Haman would have finished Mordecai. The Bible said there were 40 men who made a vow and said they will neither eat nor drink until they see Paul die. It was Paul's sister's son that helped him. Because when she heard it, she came to tell him, said there is a plot. Somebody say, Lord help me.
Lord help me.
You are not saying it like you may say, Lord help me.
Lord help me.
You don't understand the weight. The weight. What's that bird again? The raven are very stingy birds. For ravens to help you is a sign that God decided to step in. There's one desire I have on this day for somebody, is that you will not lack help.
Amen. Amen.
I said you will not lack help.
Amen.
You will not lack help.
Amen.
I said you will not lack help.
Amen.
You will not lack help.
Amen.
As you step out of today's service, it shall be from help to help.
Amen.
God sent me to tell you, after today, the God that helps my father, he that helps my life, that God will help you. I say he will help you. In your marriage, God will help you. Financially, God will help you. In your destiny, he will help you. If you believe it, shout and receive it.
I receive it.
Lord, I cried unto the Lord. I said, Father, send us help. Send us help. Send us help. It's a new season.
Amen.
Open your Bible to Numbers 32. Lord, help me this morning. Oh, the women, I want to thank you. I'm greatly honored. To the men, thank you. To the traffic and security, thank you. The protocols and the ushers, thank you. The choir, the greeters, thank you. The technical, the media, the pastors, my wife, sorry. Forgive me. Yes. No, you are missing it. As a father, Daddy, you agree with me that you have many wives in your wives. My wife, Norbert's wife, Michael's wife. They have become your daughters by virtue of wifing. So all the sons I have in the house, they have a connection with the wifing ministry. Don't mind me. So I appreciate on behalf of all the husbands, all the wives. Am I talking to somebody? Numbers 32. Verse 11 to 12. It says, surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob. Because, are you there? Read the last line with me. Because, say it where? Ruth chapter 1 verse 16. Ruth. And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, my God. The Lord said to me to speak on the topic titled, the mystery of following well. Take your seat, turn to three persons, say the mystery of following well. Turn to somebody else, say the mystery of following well. The unexplainable Secret behind following where I came this morning to make a statement. The Lord said to me, whether you like it or not, God has helped me. And He's still helping me. Whether you like it or not, God has been faithful. And He's been faithful. And the Lord said to me, He said, share this. I pray like you pray, even if I don't. I think I pray more than some of you or many of you. I fast. I sacrifice. If a sacrifice is a covenant pattern that I like. But there is one thing that is a secret, simple secret to greatness without struggle. And that's what the Lord told me to say. There are some of us praying for greatness, believing God for uncommon greatness. We want to manifest. The secret is, tell your neighbor, say follow. You are not saying it like me. Tell your neighbor, say follow. In life, what you follow determines what follows you. Who you follow determines who also follows you. There are certain places you can never enter in life except you follow somebody to go there. There are some of us, there were occasions that we never had invited you, if not that you followed somebody there. The first time I entered the presidential villa, I was not invited. I followed. There are many people struggling in life and in destiny because they don't follow anybody. Ask your neighbor, who are you following? Paul said the other day, he said, follow me as I follow Christ. Follow me. Bible says, follow them who through faith and patience obtained the promise. We talk about Elijah. Do you know that Elijah was called Elijah the Tishbite? I didn't see obvious. I stand to be taught where they spoke to me about the followership of Elijah. When they came and they needed to describe Elijah, they just said Elijah the Tishbite. He came, he will come, he will teach, he will bite. Somebody say teach, bite. He will teach, he will bite. The teach, bite. But when I studied, if you check the life of Elijah, even the book of James acknowledged it. He said he was a man of prayer who prayed until prayer recognized that he prayed. He had battles, he prayed and fought. But when I began to study the succession of Elijah, I discovered that Elisha did double of what Elijah did. And I said, Lord, what was his secret? What was his secret? Elijah prayed. We saw it. James captured it. James spoke about it. But the story of Elisha, the Bible didn't tell me he prayed. I stand to be corrected. I have a lot of pastors in the house. But there's something about him that distinguished him. We learned that Elijah did 16 miracles. Elisha did 32 miracles. That when Elisha died, even in his grave, his dead bones were still rotting miracles. That they brought a dead soldier and put it on the grave where he was buried. That soldier came back to life. It gave me a consciousness to begin to restudy and reanalyze. I looked at Elisha and I discovered that one of the secrets of Elisha is that he was a follower. Oh, somebody didn't hear what I said. Tell your neighbor, say follower. He followed Elijah. The Bible says when Elijah died, they were looking for somebody in his place. There was an adjective that was used to qualify Elisha. They say he was one that poured water in the hand of Elijah. So he was following with a consciousness of service. He served. Elisha followed Elijah. To the point that other sons of the prophet began to talk anyhow. And Elisha played deaf ear to what they were saying. If you must follow well, you must be deaf to the voice of others. Because the third voice can be the voice of distraction. Elisha did not listen to what was being said because he was a follower. Not just a follower, he was a one that followed well. The word well is because there was a Gehazi. Oh, somebody didn't hear me. There are many people who claim to follow, but they don't follow well. Oh God. Please, you may not like my sermon, but I came because God told me, talk to somebody. After this meeting, if God called me, you will know. Because this message was meant for somebody. Am I talking here? And the Bible says, he kept on following. They brought a secret matter and they said to him, did your servant tell you, did your master tell you that he will be taken away from you tomorrow? Elisha kept quiet, paid deaf ear, kept on following. He followed Elijah. There are discouragement of followership, but keep on following. When they got to the first place, they got to Giga, they got to Jericho, he kept on following. Elijah would tell him, go back. He said, where they go? I follow you. He followed him through Jordan. And Elijah said to him, what shall I do for you if you see me go? Followership does not bring reward immediately. It brings reward ultimately. When you have been proven over time that you are genuinely connected and following, then you can be settled for life and for life. And he said, what shall I do for you? And Elisha said, I need a double portion of your anointing. It wasn't meant for prayer warriors. It was not given to prayer warriors. It was not given to high service followers. It was given to a man that was genuinely following, that poured water in the hand of Elisha. Am I talking to somebody here? There are times your position may not count, your followership may count. And he said, you have asked for a hard thing, but I can't do it until you follow me to the end. The Bible says, only he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So if you don't follow Jesus to the end, you will not be saved. Am I speaking here? And when the mantle fell and Elisha began to come back, he had the mantle with him. He followed Elijah to the end. He said, and when he came back, he met with the same challenge that Elijah met with the Jordan River. The Bible says he remembered when he was following. There are many things you learn which are called practical teachings. And he said, I saw the way my boss did it. When you are an observant follower, you don't miss it as it were. The Bible says he took the mantle and placed it on the water, and the water parted either and thither. When they saw it, the Bible said the other sons of the prophet came and bowed to him. Did what? They bowed to him. What else can I say? If you study the life of Jesus, Jesus was a conscious follower of his Father. As I see my Father do, so I do. He said, my Father walketh hitherto, I walk. What my Father will not do, I will not do. Paul said, follow me as I follow Jesus. I was studying my Bible and I saw somewhere when Paul said to Timothy, he said, son Timotheus, he said, come, bring me Mark when you are coming. Luke is with me. He said, because it's of profiting to me in the ministry. This is not the time to carry the people who don't make profit into ministry. It is the time to pick a people who follow you consciously, because they want to see that the vision and the reality of God comes to reality in your life. Am I speaking to somebody here? Al-Mustafa made a statement. He said, until Nigeria begin to think like this, our problem will never be solved. What was the problem? He said, until Nigeria approach Nigeria the way we approach our mechanic, the problem will not be solved. You don't care the tribe of your mechanic as long as he can solve the puzzle. Tell your neighbor, say, follow. Follow where? Gehazi was a follower, but he followed with a motive. He followed with an hidden agenda. He was following the anointing to make merchandise of the anointing. He ended up with leprosy. Ended up. This is a secret I came to tell somebody. In your office, follow well. As a woman, follow your husband very well. Am I talking here? But Jesus, Paul said, follow me as I follow Jesus. So you must follow the person as long as he follows the principles and the purpose of life. Any man of God that does not follow Jesus does not demand your followership. I speak without any form of emotions or sentiment. He said, follow me as I follow Christ. I follow my Father. In following my Father, I see you following me. So somebody didn't hear what I'm saying. My Father is following Jesus. It's not just following Jesus directly, as it were. He has a mentor and a covering. He follows Jesus through Papa Adeboye. Am I talking here? When you meet a man who does not have a mentor, he may soon become your tormentor. Oh, somebody didn't hear what I said. Am I talking at all? We have so many fatherless fathers. I walked into my house yesterday and I knelt down to tell my father, good afternoon, sir. Before I entered my room, my son came and told me, good afternoon, sir. Oh, somebody didn't hear what I said. I woke up in the morning, I knelt down to tell my father, Naigbasa. My son came to tell me, Naigbasa. Am I speaking to somebody? If you have never called somebody father, don't answer the word father. Jesus said, they came to him, they said, teach us to pray. Like John the Baptist taught his disciples to pray. And when they started, go and check the prayers that John taught his disciples. They were different from the way he taught his own. When they came, the first thing he said, our Father, who's art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Before he asked for daily bread, he first gave everything that is due the Father to the Father. Follow. Followership. It's not can be painful. It's painful. It's painful. And I said to people, if you must follow well, every follower does not have a life of his own. That's why Paul said, no longer I that liveth, but Christ that liveth in me. For the life I now live is no longer my life. Every follower have no life of his own. If my father steps into Lagos, my life is on the pause. My wife knows. Until he releases me, that's when my life enter play. You can't follow where? With your own. Can I show you? Jesus said, follow me. One of them said to him, he said, I have a burial to conduct. He said, okay now. The dead bury the dead. You follow me. Followership is with a prize. And can I shock you? Ultimately, it's the maker of most men. Go back to history lane. Go back to Bible lanes. I listened to a major man of God in this city. And the man began talking. When you hear that man speaking from data and details, he will tell you, in 1982, I walked into a certain hotel and they told me that such a father figure left the hotel. He said, I entered the duvet. I told them, don't change the blanket. He needed to contact something. He said, on that platform, I contacted the anointing for creative miracles. On another ground, he said, I needed to enter into the dimension of ruggedness and boldness in ministry. And the Lord said to me, get down to Benin City. He said, and I met with a man of God who impacted me, as it were. Can I talk to you? Ministry can be a struggle. Life can be so many battles. The reason why you are suffering is that you want to generate your own electricity. Buy Pole Connect. Can you never say follower? My father in the Lord, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, better papa. He will say my son. He will say to us children, I remember the Lord told me when I was beginning, He says, submit your ministry to that of the late Archbishop Benson Idahosa. He said, I followed him like a madman. His shortcomings were not my delight. The gossips were not my excitement. The unction was my passion. He said, I followed him with all consciousness. Whether you like it or not today, go back and look at Papa's pictures. Especially when he's on Agbada, you will know, say, now, Bishop Bonham. It has so entered him that he reflects in his pictures. Am I talking to somebody here? And when the Archbishop went, I have been privileged to be around him. One time when we met Mama Idahosa at the airport, I saw my father prostrated, neglecting the publicity of the public place. He went down to honor a mother as it were. I told myself, Fide, this thing they will make this man. It is not speaking in tongues alone and shouting fire. Ask your neighbor, how do you follow? Sit down, please. How? You are sharing the picture of when he went to see Papa Deboye. You are sharing it too. You can't see the message in the picture. You are sharing the picture. You can't see how the man of God anointed with all such followership, he can still drop his personality even in a public place to honor a grace that he follows. To honor a grace that he follows. No wonder Philippians chapter 2, the Bible says he thought it not wise to equal himself with God. He humbled himself to the death on the cross, that he died. After then, God highly exalted him and gave him a name that is above every other name. You are too proud to follow. That's why God is too far to announce you. Followership. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? There are people who God has raised for us to follow. It makes our journey very easy without struggle. He said, follow them who through faith and patience obtain the promise. Peter was a struggling fisherman. How do I know? Luke chapter 5. He toiled all night. And Jesus said to him, he said, Peter, follow me. I will make you. God don't make you until you follow him. Many of you don't want to follow, but you want him to make you. The first thing he said, follow me. I will change your profession. You used to be fisherman. I want to make you a fisher of men. You want to enjoy men? Follow him. Am I speaking to somebody here? I have entered into palaces. I have entered into villas. I have shook hands with presidents. I have shook my hands with governors. I have met the who is who. I have been at the airport and people stand up to hail me. It is not just because I am Fidelis. No, because I follow a man. The first time I entered the office of a president, I followed my father. When they shook him, they shook me. I kept the hand because as at that time, I was breaking pattern. Is somebody hearing me? Wow! Some of us will never have crossed to Cotonou if not that we are following somebody. Stop struggling. Follow well. Follow like Elisha. Don't follow like Gehazi. Because Gehazi's will always end up with leprosy. But Elisha's will always end up with a double portion. Is somebody get what I'm saying? I came this morning to make you understand. You know what God said? Following is with a cost. When Jesus said, follow me. No, Peter came to him. Came to him. You know, Peter was very loud-mouthed. He came to Jesus. He said, Master, we have left everything. Our house. Peter is like, if I... Our house, our car. Go and read your Bible. Say we left our houses, our wives, our business, everything, and we are following you. Say what? How far? Jesus looked back and said, don't worry. You have 100-fold in heaven, on earth. He now told him the sincere truth that every father must tell you. He said, plus persecution. Plus persecution. Following is with a price. It will cost you. There are times in the mid of the night when you are already entering into your pajamas. your phone will ring and the father will say, meet me here. I just entered now. Only a genuine follower. And if you must enjoy followership, you must carry your entire family along. Your wife is rebelling because you never told her who you are. Stop telling your wife that you are a manager in Total. Tell your wife that you are a manager in Total filling station. Because when your wife wants to rate you by the Total, you say, I'm in Total Oil. Your wife knows that any man that works for Total Oil. Some of you will tell your wife, it was in America, I saw that there's Chevron filling station. He did. Maybe you work in Chevron filling station. Tell her. When she starts demanding from an Oya Mugu or Magjant or whoever, you say, my wife wants to kill me. No, you didn't tell her the truth. Every follower, when I met my wife, I explained to her that I've been called to follow my father. So even if the call comes, my wife said something to me a few years ago. He said, when God releases you, I have you. If he needs you, go for him. So it has helped my ministry. I know of a man of God, I'm talking like this, who was close to a great general. Massively, he was a preferred child. One day, the wife took the phone and set the man a test. He said, wait, now you be my wife? He says, my husband, your wife? He said, leave him alone so I can have him. That was the last time that connection broke because he did not manage his wife. The wife was not a demon. She was not properly orientated. Unction can be cheap to receive if you make yourself a follower. Impartation can come without struggle if you are a follower. Men have been to mountains looking for grace. Others looked for a man that has grace, followed him, and they rubbed off. It has been proven. I'm an engineer by profession. If you take a natural metal, put it close to a magnet for a while, take the metal back, it will become also a magnet. Oh, Gabaha, Silaba. So when an ordinary metal follows a magnet, it now carries the ability to become a magnetic force. Lift your right hand and say, Lord, help me. Help me. Help me. I came to talk to somebody. There is only one person that should enjoy your loyalty. Ultimately, is God. Practically, is your boss. Any other person is a distraction. Joseph said, how can I do this? For I fear my God and I value my boss. How can I do this? How can I? Men that follow genuinely and passionately, they don't die in the pit. They don't. Can I say this? When Isaac was about to die, go back and read your Bible. He said to Esau, get me venison such that I love. That means the one you have been bringing before, bring it again. Am I talking? This thing, impartation cannot be sudden. It's a product of years invested. I treasure men like Reverend Kingsley and Reverend John. Even though at times, which is normal, an intending couples had a little issue. And they came around me and I told them one word. I said, thank God this happened now. You hear what I said? I said, the guy was apologizing. He said, sorry that I reacted. I said, if you had not reacted, I would have questioned this journey. You can't step on me so hard and you don't expect me to shout out. These two men have been around. They've been there. They stood. Thank God when we came, we met some part of the stories that has become our glory. You can't just come in the evening and want to outshine those who have been there in the midnight. Take your time. Some of you have been so confused that overtaking is allowed. You fail to know that road safety statistics show that majority of the road accidents is as a result of overtaking. If back tire overtake front tire, the motor does scatter. Take your seat. Follow where? Follow where? There is an unction that is readily available. There is a grace that is strong. You want to be the delight of your boss, the excitement of your husband, the beauty of your pastor. Follow where? Follow where? Papa said there's no perfect man. There's only a perfect man too. Follow where? Don't major on the stammering nature of Moses. Major on the assignment you were called to carry out. What's his name? Aaron was sent to interpret for Moses. Can I ask you a mystery question? Are you sure God is that weak that he could not have healed Moses? Talk to me now. God allowed Moses to keep stammering so you can have a ministry. If Moses was eloquent, Aaron would not have a call. So my shortcoming has become your assignment. Take me up. Interpret on my behalf. Stop mocking my stammering nature. God has graced you to understand what I am saying, but they can't understand me. So interpret to them what you have understood. Don't tell them like our old forefathers used to do. Oyibo se mona bring cocoyam. When Oyibo did not say cocoyam, he said, bring it to my house. I will be the one to bring it to him. Am I speaking to somebody here? Follow where? Are you in any department? Follow where? Follow where? I was speaking to an head of department, sir. And while we were talking, I made mention of a name. And the HOD said, Daddy, please, do anything to help that person. That person is what? A follower. If you read your Bible, Paul said concerning Timothy, said, my son Timothy. Concerning Alexander the coppersmith, he said, Alexander the coppersmith has done me great evil. When your Oga remember your name, what comes to his mind? Follow it. When I walked into church this morning and I saw the honor, women in their class, in their stage, you can't imagine the class of women that were here. Their tithe is meaningful. Permit me. Their homes are wonderful. They stay, some of them stay in mansions. They put on uniform just to receive me, Fidelis. That's why I told you my age, so that you understand that I'm a young man. Do I senior you? Some of you. Some of you. And it just dawned on me. The Lord reminded me what he told me to preach. He said the reason why a 70-year-old man is listening to you, a 60-something-years-old woman seated on your altar, a man controlling companies and conglomerate listening to you, is because of who you follow. I know that a lot of you are here because of God, ultimately, because of Apostle Suleiman, practically. I know. The day he climbed my head, say me carry something. Some of Nago Wakali me. You have seen so much of my fault, yet you still stood. Some of you have even said it. Now because of Papa, now we there. You know now. Please stay because of it. Am I talking to somebody? Follow where? Tell your neighbor, say follow where? Follow where? It can be painful. But I can assure you, since I was born, now I'm getting older, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his children beg for bread. Never be the pain of your boss. Be the smile of your boss. Never be the pain of your boss. Be the smile of your boss. Even in recession, your boss can create another section. If you are his smile, not his pain. Your boss don't need a recession to fire you if you are his pain. I came to talk to you because destiny can be sweet If every one of us understand that we were born to follow. Follow. You know what Jesus said? The Bible says in scriptures that they were first with him before he sent them forth to preach. While he was on planet Earth, they followed him almost everywhere. When he was about to go, he impacted them and said, go ye into the world and preach the gospel. Whatever you do in life, learn to know that God put you under that man to follow him so that you can enjoy the fullness of the grace that he carries. Let me talk to you. I have never called the God of my father and he kept me quiet. Because I follow him. I follow him. I follow him. I follow him. I leave you with this word on a day like this. I prayed for you like Philemon. He said, I make mention of you in my prayers daily. I pray. And I prayed concerning this meeting. One thing I desired of my God is that, oh God, help my people. But the Lord said to me, there are things I cannot do. Because if I empower that man whom you pray for ignorantly, he will use it to kill you. Follower. Follower.
Amen.
This is a mystery. I came around you what time? And you had somebody, you showed me a young man and I was attracted to the young man. You remember?
Yes, sir.
How many years has he been with you?
15 years.
15 years. He only said it and I was attracted to him. Why? He has followed. Not without the scars and the pain. Not with the injury. But do you know what? Every man that follows well always ends well. Stand on your feet. Stand on your feet. Lift your two hands to heaven and ask him. Two things. Lord, help me to follow well. Help me to follow well. Help me. Help me. Help me. In the name of Jesus. Listen. Never follow other gods. Never. In the book of Proverbs, if I'm not mistaken, the Bible says, and Solomon loved the Lord. He was massive in wisdom. If you read your Bible on another side, the Bible says, and Solomon loved strange women and strange gods. Do you know he became almost one of the most foolish human beings? Permit me. Only him preached sermon. Only him preached the sermon. He said, all these things is vanity all up. He became very confused. Strange gods and strange women will always choke the originality of God's purpose for your life. I want to say this openly today. Few years ago, Papa called me and my wife. Then we were in Benin, we were trekking. And he said, God said he should give me a car. The car was a 504 Peugeot. And he said, this car, I'm going to give them to spray it, fix it as his nature is. He won't transfer affliction to you. He said, they'll spray it, they'll package it, we'll give it to you. When that car finally was ready, someone else took it. I got very angry. Not with him, but I was angry. Anger. And my wife saw me in that state. It was strange. And she asked me what. And I managed when she insisted. said, that car we pass it, Papa said they give us. And this guy and that person carry on. And my wife asked me a question. Why are you here? He said, are you here because of the car or because of the God that you told me about? That singular question readjusted my head. I redefined my followership. And today, he eventually gave me cars. He gave me cars. Before today, the grace on his life is beginning to give me. You walk into a system in 1 month, you want to reap the system. Follow. Follow. This is my simple revelation from the Lord to somebody. You will enjoy your work. You will enjoy your boss. Enjoy your pastor. If you make up your mind to follow him well. Don't major on the stammering nature of Moses. Carry out your ministry as Aaron. Keep interpreting. I bless you. I call on the God of my father that has helped me. That has helped me. I decree that God also will help you.
Amen.
Will help you.
Amen.
You will not lack help.
Amen.
The grace to follow, I release it.
Amen.
On a day like this, I kneel before my God who called me.
I receive.
I kneel before the God who called me.
I receive.
Jesus Christ, I ask, Lord, help my people.
Amen.
You will be helped.
Amen.
Men will help you.
Amen.
Genuinely.
Amen.
They won't help you to mock you.
Amen.
God will help you.
Amen.
In the name that is above every other name.
Amen.
Jesus' precious name.
Amen.
Thank you for the love. God bless you. God bless you. Worship him. Thank you, my Father. Wave your hands and just love him.